by several hundred scientists. The report says that impacts of weather change are already being seen with more frequent storms, wildfires, and drought. The president tweeted Wednesday, "Whatever happened to global warming?" as he noted severe cold arriving for Thanksgiving. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Hey, I'm Bryan. So there's this guy named Jordan. He's a healthy guy. He's a dad of 6, and he works as a guide in Alaska. And he goes to the doctor, true story, he goes to the doctor, and he's diagnosed with cancer, stage 4. And here's the thing. He had switched earlier from medical insurance to Medishare, where Christians share each other's medical bills. So the question for Jordan and his wife, Jenny, was, is this actually going to work?
Our medical bills exceeded $100,000. Medishare members shared all our bills.
And it was about more than just the money, too. This is a real community.
Medishare is a family, a group of people that stick with you through the hardest times of your life. I just don't know how I could have done it without Medishare.
It's so worth looking into. There's a reason this is growing so fast. So if you want to find out more, here is a number for you. 855-90-PSALM. That's 855-90-PSALM.
A New York state judge rejected an attempt by President Trump's lawyers to throw out a lawsuit alleging he ran his charitable foundation without regard for the law. The president, through his attorney, claimed the suit was filed by the state attorney general's office for political reasons. The judge calls the accusations against the Trump Foundation serious and says there was no bias. A home invasion in Fort Wayne, Indiana turns deadly on Thanksgiving night. USA Radio's Rick Vincent has more.
Police officer Jason Anthony tells WANE-TV.
Officers arrived on scene and located 4 victims inside a residence suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. In addition, we located another victim outside of the residence that was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. 3 of those victims were pronounced deceased at the scene, and 2 of them were transported to a local hospital in critical condition.
1 suspect is in custody, another is being searched for. For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
This is USA Radio News.
With a recession ending, if you've been putting off building your business, now is the time to act. General Steel will meet or beat any price on a pre-engineered steel building of the same size and specifications. Act now, before steel prices go up. So call us today for free information.
Call 800-965-1290. 800-965-1290, 800-965-1290.
Some people are placing blame for the major wildfire that burned west of Los Angeles. Some victims of the Woolsey fire gathered for a town hall meeting in Westlake Village, California, where they received legal advice about suing Southern California Edison. KCBS TV reporter Rachel Kimms spoke with one of the victims.
Our whole place, I think, burned in about 7 minutes.
Wendell Phillips lost his home and animal rescue near Decker Canyon in the Woolsey fire. He's now suing Southern California Edison. His lawyers say the company is responsible for the devastation across so many communities.
We want people to understand that they can and should be made whole even after this horrible event.
Patrick McNicholas is one of the attorneys representing victims of the Woolsey fire in a lawsuit against SoCal Edison.
Wildlife officials in one southern state put out a desperate call for acorns. USA Radio's Chris Barnes tells us why.
In South Carolina, the Carolina Wildlife Center has labeled it a major emergency. They say they have taken in more than 900 squirrels this year, and the squirrels have wiped out their nut stash. Now they're hoping families in that vicinity will help spend some quality time together this Thanksgiving weekend in their backyards, gathering up acorns and other nuts so the furry creatures have a nice holiday season as well, and survival.
For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions. Plus, and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-569-3414. That's 800-569-3414. Again, 800-569-3414.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
And how about that? We are back live. It is Saturday morning, Thanksgiving weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Bryan Main. Tiger Palafox, John, as we say in the business, is on assignment. He's actually giving a talk or a speech someplace. And Bob Reedmiller is sitting in for John. Bob, welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, nice to see everybody. Good
okay, let's get that mic turned up there. Get a little closer to that mic, Bob.
A little closer.
There you go. How about that? Okay, we're good to go. Anyway, it's been a couple of weeks. I was off. We were off last week. I had a back problem, not doing too well, doing much better. So this is like learning it all over again. We're here. Where were you last week?
I was updating my veggie pot. I was planting my new veggie pot out with some lettuce and broccoli and snap peas, and so it's doing well.
You did me a favor. I had that veggie pot for a couple of years in my patio, and I just have no room.
I remember, yeah.
So Tiger a couple of weeks ago picked it up and is using it, so that's good to know.
It has a new life.
I was on Brian's patio, and I got lost. When you go onto his patio, he has to tie you to a rope so that way you can trace your way back out.
It's a jungle.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is a jungle back there, and which makes I've got to move all the plants every weekend, to sweep and water. Yeah. Everything's doing fine though. The rain, we had rain 2 days ago, early in the morning.
I'd say a sprinkle.
It rained pretty good at our place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it did. Everything was
Escondido
soaked.
got really wet too. It happened during the night. It was gone by the time I woke up.
I think the further south you went, the less there was.
Yeah.
I think. Just a guess. But I had enough rain to soak everything.
Good
nice.
Enough. Yeah, we'll take whatever we get.
So, Bob, it's been, I don't know how long, a month or two?
Several months, I think, at least.
Everything good in your world?
Yeah, no complaints, whatever. Susan Morse had said to me last week, she said, they replayed a show last week. And I said, well, I don't know why, so I guess we don't know.
The old back problem.
Yeah.
It flares up maybe once or twice a year really bad.
Yeah.
Because I deal with the pain all the time, but last week was bad.
Wouldn't have anything to do with hockey, would it?
I think so. That's what the doctors think, that, getting smashed into the boards at 30 miles an hour several times when you're between 10 and 20 might do that the rest of your life.
Eventually. Yeah.
So anyway, Tiger, good to see you. Everything's good in your world. Good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, great Thanksgiving. I had family over. So my wife and I had both sides of our families over, so a total of about 20 people.
Nice.
So a good group. And for me, it's a hard holiday because, with the nursery and we sell Christmas trees, we got in Christmas trees a week before Thanksgiving, and we start delivering usually about 3 to 4 days before Thanksgiving. And then the day after Thanksgiving, we're ready to roll as well. So it's kind of one of these days off in between two busy days. And so it's a nice
if I
day.
were to buy a Christmas tree right now from you,
yeah.
What do I need to do to keep it fresh and alive and supple through Christmas?
Use HB-101.
Good segue.
Good lead, huh?
It is a good lead. Because why? What's happening today on our show, Tiger?
We're having Misako Yamamoto on.
Misako Yamamoto.
With HB-101. And she's gonna tell us about this wonderful elixir of just all things great, HB-101.
You know what I love about this?
We talk about it a lot, but it's nice to have someone that actually knows something.
But I love it because everybody that tries it, they come back and they buy more. I don't think I recall anybody saying, I didn't notice anything. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's like, that was quick.
I'm currently putting HB-101 to the test. Do you remember that hedge of podocarpus that I planted?
Yes.
So one of them, the water got shut off randomly. It's a drip emitter and it got clogged or turned or something like that. And so I started seeing it kind of have a decline. So I went there, I checked it. Like, oh, it got shut off. But it looks substantially less healthy than the other ones, almost to the point of death. And so I'm like, let's see what happens.
Look, give it a shot.
So I fixed the water and I dropped some HB-101 on it last week. We'll see what happens in 2 weeks. It might be a resurrection.
If it's going to say this is a back from the dead thing, you
Yeah.
can't get a better acclamation than that.
And we should say that HB-101 is not a fertilizer, more like a vitamin B or vitamin supplement, maybe. If you had to describe it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a nutrient enhancer.
Yeah,
or something. Yeah.
I think that's the term that they
supplement,
use is a nutrient enhancer. Yeah,
Giving to the plant what it may lack.
And what's amazing is it's made out of all plant stuff. It's all plants. And so it's taking what the plants are and what they need and giving it back to them when they need it. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So,
we'll learn
but
more
anyways,
today.
when it comes to the Christmas tree, there is a recipe to put it into your Christmas tree's water that would help preserve the tree through the holidays. So we'll talk
Good to
about
know.
that when Masako's on as well.
Good to know. The what else is going on? Boy, it's been so long. A couple of weeks at least.
We're in the middle of poinsettia hell.
Oh, I can imagine.
Gosh.
Yep.
No, aren't you done with it? You guys sold them all already, right?
No, well, they're sold, but they're not all shipped yet. So we're right in the midst of. Well, we grew over 1 million plants. So
1 million.
Yeah.
How do you have to count each one?
Bob goes down.
I mean,
I
one,
don't. Thank you.
2, 3.
I mean, that's inventory.
4.
That's inventory.
Yeah, we have counts that are done like every other day. But we've got people in all different locations.
Sure.
That make their counts, and they know how many are in a house. And once we empty a house, we know that many are gone. So and it's just truckload after truckload after truckload. They just keep going all day long. So,
do you guys? And I don't know if you can answer. Do they still bring the starts in from Costa Rica?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that where they come from primarily? Right.
Yeah.
Costa Rica.
From Eki, I think.
Right. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Eki is based in Costa Rica now, right?
Yeah.
So they ship the starts up to you guys. What?
Around July.
Around July.
Yeah. June
you
or
guys
July we stick them.
Start sticking them in pots, and then you're probably done with that by the end of July. Right?
Yeah, pretty much. It has to go quick.
Yeah.
Because it's a very time-constrained product,
Yeah.
So much time to grow it, get it out?
Yeah, so if you don't have them in when you need to, they're not going to be red when you want them.
Well, that was going to say is that people don't understand poinsettias don't naturally turn red now, meaning in nature, obviously depending on where you are, a red poinsettia would happen probably late December, January,
February, yeah.
But
you have to force them or just do it earlier?
Force them. They force them with light. They control light in the greenhouses and they control temperatures in the greenhouses.
Yeah.
And that's how they get them to turn red because they're green right now and they turn red when the temperatures drop and the light goes down.
And it happens fast. We had an employee that wanted to buy some. This is like 3 weeks ago. And they said, no, they're not ready. And I said, oh, gosh,
3 weeks. You're like, oh, sweat starts pouring down.
Yeah. I said, well, okay, I realized I shouldn't have ordered this now. I should have ordered next week. If I order next week, they go, yeah, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
So in a week's time, there's enough color that comes up that you've got product that's sellable.
Yeah,
so
it's amazing.
It is. But it's a hairy time. The redder the plants get, the redder the tempers get.
Well, and then, I mean, kind of with this concept of monocultures you guys do your best. I know because it's a big deal for you guys. But when you have one plant in a whole greenhouse, that's a very stressful time for a grower because one plant in a big greenhouse, if one plant gets diseased, infected, whatever, that carries through the whole house.
Everybody in there.
Yeah.
And normally a greenhouse would contain maybe 10 to 12, depending on the size of the house and what you're growing, and you don't have that carry through the whole crop.
Yeah.
Well, when you're dealing with one plant in a whole greenhouse, you're just stressing out that thing's going to have a crop failure.
And our greenhouses have tens of thousands per house,
Yeah.
But then it becomes a red house once the poinsettias turn red, right?
Yeah.
Very much so.
Hey, quote of the week. John usually does it. Tiger's
Yeah.
just itching to do it this week for us.
All right. The doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, in diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease. And that was by Thomas Edison.
And that's forward thinking.
Well, I think
really
that's
forward thinking.
Not only is it forward, but it needs to be something we think of today is that,
Sure.
we don't need to take a pill to just solve everything, but there's other things that you can do to help your body
preventative medicine,
be preventative and take care of itself.
Things they used to do 100 years ago that we got away
Yeah,
from.
right.
Oh, like leeches?
Yeah. Oh,
They
like
use them in
leeches.
surgery. They use them in surgery all the time now.
They say that every answer to every medical problem is found someplace on Earth.
Yeah.
And in particular, the rainforests. Everything's there. And they're discovering more and more of that as well. Okay, we've got a break coming up here, but a quick tease about our guest today and a little bit of background on HB-101, which we've all used.
Yeah, so Masako Yamamoto with HB-101, and HB-101, as we described, is more of a supplement nutrient that helps the plant recover and do what it needs to do better. It is not a fertilizer. It is not any kind of hormone or anything of that nature. It's natural, as Bob had mentioned. And so the one thing that people want to make sure that they remember and use it for is whenever they're transplanting plants or whenever a plant's going through stress, this is a great time to use HB-101 to relieve that on the plant. So
beautiful. We're going to learn a lot about it. So questions, comments, of course, you can, best way, actually, John's not here this week. Facebook Live, go ahead and post your questions, comments. You can also speak to each other. But again, that's probably your best bet. And I don't have the phone number in front of me. You'd think I would have remembered it all these years.
Yo, I know, huh? That's always a bummer.
Just reach back here. If you do want to call us, 855-424-9825. Again, that's 855-424-9825 or Facebook Live. Bob Breedmill is sitting in for John Bagnasco this week. Tiger Palafox, I'm Bryan Main. Nice to see you. We're coming back with our guest. Stay with us. It is HB-101 time, next on Garden America.
Want a better looking lawn with less effort? Husqvarna's robotic automower is the effortless way to mow. Husqvarna's intelligent design allows the automower to maneuver around your lawn without supervision, even over tricky terrain and around obstacles. It knows when it needs to be charged and directs itself back to stock. With convenient control options, the Husqvarna allows you to set it and forget it, even from your smartphone. Thanks to Husqvarna, you can have a great looking lawn and more time to enjoy it this season. Visit Mission Hills Nursery at 1525 Fort Stockton Drive in San Diego, or go to missionhillsnursery.com for more info.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite Organic Nitrogen Fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 3 months. The organic nitrogen is slow release and won't burn plants even during hot, dry weather. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for 90 years. Milorganite, for better results naturally. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Being a business owner or entrepreneur can feel lonely. Unless your friends have walked the same path, they just don't understand your passion. How many times have you been asked, when are you going to get a real job? And when you finally do make it big, all of a sudden the doubters tell you they always knew you would. Does this sound familiar? You see, at BizBod, we understand the road you're on because we're on the same path. That's why we created a club just for you. Meet other people on the same path you're on and get content that will help you grow your business. All for only $49.95 a year. And if you join today, you can get your first 30 days free with promo code RADIO. This is a limited time offer, so try it for free, and who knows, you might be able to help other members. Simply go to bizbod.com and enter promo code RADIO.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who've agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-607-8945. That's 1-800-607-8945. Again, 1-800-607-8945.
As a small business owner, there's one word that you absolutely dread: payroll. For small businesses, it's a big burden. You may think you're saving time and money doing it yourself. But come on, are you? Timesheets, processing checks, calculating taxes, A total waste of your time. Paychex simplifies payroll processing, saving you time and money. Submit your payroll online, fax it in, or call your dedicated Paychex payroll specialist. And you're done. Learn more at trypaychex.com. Come on, do the math. The IRS dishes out 8 million penalties a year. Make one mistake and you're on the hook. On average, you're losing nearly one business day every month doing payroll. That's time and money you'll never get back, unless you get Paychex. More than 500,000 small businesses already do. Call 877-649-5324. Trade payroll pressure for peace of mind. Call now. 877-649-5324. That's 877-649-5324.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
Well, today, John at gardenamerica.com will not work, but you can call us at 855-424-9825. Better still, Facebook Live, questions, comments. And today we're going to learn a lot more about HB-101, Tiger, with our very special guest.
Yeah, we're excited to have Masako Yamamoto on with the HB-101. And we're going to be talking with her about all the different uses of HB-101, what HB-101 is, and how it could help your Christmas tree. Masako, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We're doing great. Thank you for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for having me on your show.
Hey, Masako, tell us a little bit about who you are and what your role is with HB-101 and what HB-101 is.
Okay. Actually, I am working. Actually, I started Flora USA in the United States about 6 years ago to market HB-101 in the United States. As you know, that the HB-101 was invented by a Japanese person, Mr. Yoshinari Kawase, about 40 years ago. And now HB-101 is used by over 80 million customers around the world. So it is a very popular plant growth enhancer, vitalizer.
And here in the States, hold on one second. Here in the States, we use it as a plant vitalizer, but I want to make sure, because if there's people out there searching HB-101 right now, Googling it, that what comes up is an amazing list of uses. And you know, so predominantly in the United States, we use it as a plant vitalizer, as you mentioned. But if you do Google HB-101, you're going to find that it comes in a granular form. You're going to find that there's a food grade HB-101, and that in Japan, they use it for a lot of other things besides just as a plant vitalizer, correct?
Yes, actually, we are, as Flora USA, is preparing for in the process of registering the granular formula of HB-101. And I hope HB-101 granule will be available in the United States next year.
Okay. Wow.
And I just said that the HB-101 is very safe to use, and then the ingredient is just a natural plant extract. And then actually users found a lot of usage. And then the manufacturer of HB-101 made product derived from HB-101, such as the hair grow HB-101, or for HB-101 for a pet odor killer, or a facial treatment, or bath, something for to enjoy bath, to clean your skin and make your comfortable, time in the bathroom.
Wow.
Treat your skin, take a bath.
Yeah, grow your plants.
Grow your hair.
Grow your hair.
Grow your hair. It's, it's an amazing
product. There's a story, because HB-101 on the forage. And then one or more than the growers in Japan experienced that it grow on his hair. And then That is a story, the beginning of the invention of Hair Grow 101.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
What's his hair? Where's his hair coming from?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
It's all over his hands.
Yeah, exactly. Right? It starts growing up his arms wherever it kind of oversprays.
Body, when your body or its cells becomes healthier, probably that makes the hair grow.
Sure.
But I do not know the actual mechanism.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll be darned.
So you had mentioned some growers. Now, one of the things that you wanted to mention was you've been working with some growers here in California with berries.
Yes.
And they've been using HB-101 with their
right.
berries. And for us, we're getting into the berry season starting in January and February with people transplanting. So how would they use HB-101 at the beginning of our season?
Okay. When you transplant berries, make the diluted solution of HB-101 and then soak the roots and then transplant the plant and then apply HB-101 on the soil. Then apply on the foliage and the soil once a week. So the easiest way to make the solution is mix a 2 milliliter or half a teaspoon of HB-101 in 3 gallons of water. That makes about 5,500 times of dilution ratio. At that ratio, you can get 75 gallons of solution from the little 50 milliliter or 1.79 ounces bottle.
That's incredible. That's a concentrate, obviously.
Now, yeah, and I wanted to mention this real quick for our listeners, Misako, so people understand that. Can you not that you would want to use more HB-101. Necessarily more HB-101 is not necessarily better. Like we talk about other fertilizers, just because you can apply more fertilizer doesn't mean it's going to make things better.
Some people think more is better.
Right. But will it hurt at all if you do too much? Will it hurt the plant at all?
Actually, HB-101 is very flexible in terms of the dilution ratio, but you would like to dilute it at least 1,000 times because acidity or pH of HB-101, the original HB-101 is around 4. So it is too acid for plants. So you need to dilute HB-101 at least 1,000 times.
Got it.
But other than that, you do not need to worry about the dilution ratio. You do not need to be particular about the ratio, but just use enough water to make the HB-101 weaker than 1,000 times.
Because you couldn't use out of that little bottle, you couldn't use enough of it to cause
a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And that helps a lot of people because some people just kind of like, throw a little bit here, a little bit there.
Yeah.
So you have a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah. And for our listeners out there.
And actually.
Go ahead.
Actually, I do not use a measuring cup or a teaspoon at all. I just, put some drops in the water.
You are just like the 3 guys sitting here.
Exactly.
Yeah, measuring direction.
What direction?
Who needs them?
You go shake with the bottle, and then you put the water in.
I wanted to mention for our listeners real quick before we go to a commercial is that right now on GardenAmerica.com, we do have a great package together for those of you that are interested in HB-101. And you can for 25% on your HB-101 purchase in a gift pack that includes one 50 milliliter bottle and 100 milliliter bottle. And it comes in a nice little festive holiday package. And so if you're interested in the product or if you used it and you want a great deal, 25% off.
That's good.
If you want a great deal on it, go to GardenAmerica.com, go into the products section. You can search HB-101. It'll pop right up. But after we get back from the break, we'll discuss more with Misako and some of the uses.
Like Tiger said, back with Misako after the break. HB-101 is our topic today. This is a great time on Facebook Live to post your questions, your comments about HB-101. Maybe you've used it before and want to tell people how much success you had. That's fine, too. We're going to take a break. If you want to call us at 855-424-9825, that's great, too. John is off today. Bob Reedmiller, Tiger Palafox. I'm Brian Main, coming right back. Stay with us.
Starting a business can be tough, but getting the word out about your business through a great website can even tougher. That's why you need SpotOnWebsite.com. At SpotOnWebsite.com, you can register your company's domain name and even build your website overnight. It's fast, easy, and most of all, it's sure to fit your budget. SpotOnWebsite.com has a wide range of internet products and solutions to make the most of your website, even on a small business budget. Log on today and see for yourself at SpotOnWebsite.com.
I live alone and rarely have visitors. So when I slipped and fell in the kitchen last month and couldn't get to a phone, I knew I was in trouble.
Help!
I could barely move.
Help!
I tried calling for help, but no one could hear me. As I lay there, I couldn't help but think of my kids and grandkids having to go on without me. I was terrified. It took 8 hours for my neighbor to find me. It could have been the end of me. That's when I knew I needed Life Alert. With just one press of this button, I'm connected to the Life Alert Center, where I can get the help I need, even when I cannot reach a phone. With Life Alert, I'm never alone.
Call 1-800-414-1958 for your free Life Alert brochure. That's 1-800-414-1958. 1-800-414-1958. Call for your free Life Alert brochure today at 1-800-414-1958.
It may have been a messy divorce that cut your income in half, but not your bills. It might have been an injury or illness. Being in over your head is a vicious cycle. One day late, they charge you a late fee. Miss a payment, they double your rate. We fight for you using our proven experience and insider programs that credit card companies try to hide. If you've got over $10,000 in credit card debt, then call Action Debt at 800-384-7099. That's 800-384-7099. 800-384-7099.
Do you have an old car sitting in your driveway? How would you like to learn a hassle-free way to get rid of it, help kids in need, and get a great tax donation in the process? It's real easy. One simple free call to our car donation hotline is all it takes. Call the Neshama Foundation at 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. We'll come pick your car up for free and get a tax donation for the full value of the car, running or not. The value your unwanted car will go to help kids in need. It's fast and easy. Just call us and your car will be gone and on its way to helping children in 48 hours. And you get a nice tax deduction. Call the Neshama Foundation now to get rid of your car, help kids, and get a tax write-off. Call 800-721-6723. 800-721-6723. 800-721-6723. 23. That's 800-721-6723.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-285-4765 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-285-4765. Again, 800-285-4765.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-915-9658. 800-915-9658. 800-915-9658. That's 800-915-9658.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And as we come back, before we get back to our interview, we did post a link right there on Facebook for HB-101. Take you to our website, the holiday gift pack. Okay, Tiger, let's get back into it. More HB-101 talk here on Garden America.
Yeah, so before we went to the break, we were talking with Masako about how berry users in California or berry growers in California are using HB-101 when they're planting their new. And Masako, it's not just berries in January and February that people plant, but they plant roses and fruit trees. And this is something that they can use during their stone fruit planting or their rose planting as well, right?
Yes. You can apply HB-101 on any plants. So whatever you would like to transplant, you'd like to soak the roots in the solution and then plant them.
Yeah, and that's a good mention because
apply HB-101 as usual.
Yeah, because the thing that people don't always realize is that sometimes it's nice to mix one of those like paint buckets with this solution.
Yeah, big 5-gallon
and then
bucket,
they take the bare root and just dip the roots right into that bucket, and it's a nice little solution of
the jumpstart,
of vitalizer, and then you just transplant it there. You don't always have to just water with it, but you can actually just dip the roots right in there. Which
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But can they, Masako?
Right.
Can they
Right.
just be dipped and then planted, or do they actually need to sit in there and soak?
Oh, if you can soak a little bit, maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes, that would be better.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have lots of plants, you just soak it and then and then plant them. And after that, you have the solution in the bucket, and then spray the solution on the ground.
Right. Okay. So it's not like you need to soak them overnight or anything.
No, not that long.
Yeah. Okay.
You can just soak a few minutes. It's okay. And then HB-101 reduce the transplant shock.
Right.
So the roots develops very well.
Mm-hmm.
So that is very important for new plants.
Well, that's great, especially if you have a lot of plants. You don't want to, be able to just
dip and plant.
dip and dunk and, you're done. That's great. Yeah.
Hey, and then Masako, you had mentioned as far as spraying the foliage before, and for those of the listeners that are kind of in the Midwest or the North right now that are going through their winter, they have houseplants, and they can easily use this and their houseplants, which is a very stressful time of year for houseplants because people are running their
things dry out.
There's low light situations happening, and these are ways that the houseplants can be helped. Because you don't always want to fertilize indoors, when it comes to the houseplants, or sometimes it's a challenge to fertilize indoors, but you can use the HB-101 on the foliage, as you had mentioned, and it'll help the plant kind of get through these stressful times, right?
You can use HB-101 year-round, especially for houseplants.
Mm-hmm.
And then you might want to use the sprayer, not the watering can, but you can use a sprayer and just to give some, refreshments to the plants.
And then, as we mentioned before you had came on, and I had talked to you about this, it's Christmas time. People are bringing in their Christmas trees, and they always want to keep their Christmas trees fresh and green throughout the holiday. Aside from keeping the room cool and the tree watered and trying to keep the light off of the tree to preserve it, you had mentioned that they can use, what was the ratio of water for HB-101 in the water of the cut Christmas tree to help preserve it? What was the ratio that you had mentioned?
Don't worry about don't worry about the ratio.
Yeah.
You just put the several drops in the reservoir, and then and then keep the trees will keep the needles greener and longer. A longer period of time. So actually you can measure the ratio, but as a regular home grower, you don't need to measure the
Just a few drops.
Exact dilution
Our
ratio.
kind of instructions.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, now Lenore, who's watching us on Facebook, says that she uses it on her Japanese maple and is concerned about using too much. But as we said, you probably can't use too much, Lenore, especially if you're coming out of that bottle and that's all you're using.
Well, especially on a Japanese maple, too, as she had mentioned, it changes the pH, which is actually the
What it
Japanese
needs.
maple would want.
You want to reach a higher pH, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So, with Christmas time, the way that I associate a Christmas tree for people to think about how to keep them green through the holidays is think of it as a cut flower. You want to keep it at a direct sun. You want to keep it cool, and you want to keep it wet. And HB-101 is going to help because it wicks it through that stump and it wicks it up into the tree.
Translocates
it. And that's what's going to help keep the needles on. That's what's going to help keep the tree from drying out. And so it's a good thing to use. So if you have some, you can simply use that. Or if you want to give it to a friend as a gift or something, you can go to gardenamerica.com and buy the gift package right now. We'll get that shipped out to you right away.
And the link is on Facebook as well, too, right to our website.
Perfect. I bet you that would be a great boost for the indoor poinsettias, too.
Oh, yeah, right?
That would be excellent for them. Yep.
I guess a better question is, what doesn't it do? Because it seems like, some people are very reckless when it comes to gardening as far as measuring and putting certain things on plants. And it's foolproof.
Yeah.
Hey, Masako, before we end our interview, I want to ask you about the granular product coming out hopefully next year. What would be the difference in the granular product? Is the granular product something that you mix with water and then use it that way, or is it a granular that you just put on the soil?
Put on the soil once, actually every 3 months. But I would suggest you to use the foliar spray with the original liquid form. Not only granule, you would like to apply on the foliage. And actually, HB-101, I would like to mention that the HB-101, when you apply HB-101 on foliage, the plants produce more chlorophyll and enhance photosynthesis. And then makes berries sweeter and bigger, and the flowers will have more vivid colors. So I would like you to use both.
Awesome. All right, Masako.
That's great stuff. Great information.
Thank you for all the wonderful information this morning. I hope that our listeners wrote everything down. If you didn't, you can always go back and replay the Facebook Live video to get any kind of additional information. And if you have any questions, you guys can still ask them on Facebook Live, and we can always get those questions answered for you. But Masako, thank you for joining us this morning, and hope you have a good rest of the weekend.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take care.
Talk to you soon. Okay, so there you go. HB-101, just about everything you need, it's going to deliver.
Well, you can't beat it. It's so easy to use. And
you like the fact that you can just dip and dunk and plant.
I mean, because, if some things, some bare root roses and things, you put them in like
you got to soak them.
B1 solution or something like that, and you soak them overnight, and then you take them out, and it's a pain. You have to plan, and it holds up you're getting things done, because you have to wait till they've done that. But boy, just to dip it and plant it, yeah, that's great.
We're so instant gratification.
Absolutely. That's where this country's gone.
I need to slow down.
Everyone needs to slow down.
I'm getting caught up in this too much.
Microwaves are too slow these days. Computers are too slow these days. I remember one time years ago, somebody was on a computer and they were talking about how fast it was. I go, what difference does that make? Look what it's doing. Yeah. And now I understand what they're talking about. Like, come on, keep up with me.
But you see, if it were in older times, you would put your roses or berries to soak overnight, and then you'd go milk a cow.
Yeah.
You know, we don't do that. So now you don't have to milk the cow. So I'm ready with the berries.
Feed your chickens, Bob.
Yeah, I know.
Outstanding. Okay, any questions on HB-101 or anything at all here? Garden America, now's your chance. Want to pick up the phone, talk about old-fashioned, using the phone at 855-424-9825 or Facebook Live. Questions, comments, we'll continue to monitor.
I wanted to start a little discussion on some of the hot topic things that have been in the news this week, starting with the lettuce. The romaine lettuce issue, right?
Yeah, because I went to a store the other day and they said, no, it's in the back. They're not going to let us put it out at all.
Right. And, there's a couple of things I want to clear up just because we want to be, transparent on a lot of these issues. Is that number one, it's not a mandatory recall lettuce. This was a suggested. So the FDA never came out and said, or is it FDA or just ag, came out and said, you need to remove lettuce. They just said, hey, we suggest you do because people are getting sick and they're trying to find the root.
And they didn't know where it was the origin.
And they didn't know where it was kind of coming from. But E. coli in vegetables. It's happened before. This isn't anything new. And so I wanted to kind of tell people how this happens, because it can happen in your own home garden. We know that it's a vegetable and it's raw and it grows in the soil, and there's stuff in the soil and in the air that can make you sick. And if you grow a vegetable that has it in it, it'll make you sick. And so the one thing that I learned this week is that E. coli can't be cooked out. So when in the past, say a meat or something that was cooked or steamed,
you kill the bacteria.
You kill a lot of the bacteria. Well, E. coli can't be. And that's new to me. I thought it could be cooked out.
That's a tough bacteria.
Yeah, but it can't. And I thought that's one of the reasons why lettuce it was so strong in, is because they don't cook lettuce. But when we get back from the break, we'll have more discussion on what E. coli is and how it gets into vegetables and how people can make sure it doesn't happen to them in their own backyard.
Who doesn't want to talk about E. coli? we tackle all the tough issues here on Garden America. Okay, once again, 855-424-9825. John is off today, so John at GardenAmerica.com will do you no good unless you want to send him an email to be addressed later on. Bob Reed Miller sitting in for John Bagnasco. I'm Bryan Main. Tiger Palafox taking a break, coming right back.
Having bug problems this season? Need an overall solution? Try Natural Guard Spinosad Soap. This combination of spinosad and fatty acids kills aphids, mealybugs, worms, caterpillars, and other bugs that plague your garden. It's also safe to use around your fruit and veggies to make sure you enjoy your crop and not those pesky critters. Find Natural Guard Spinosad Soap in a ready-to-use bottle or ready to spray for those large garden plots at your favorite independent garden center. Go to fertilome.com for more information. Want a better-looking lawn with less effort? Husqvarna's robotic automower is the effortless way to mow. Husqvarna's intelligent design allows the automower to maneuver around your lawn without supervision, even over tricky terrain and around obstacles. It knows when it needs to be charged and directs itself back to the charging dock. With convenient control options, the Husqvarna allows you to set it and forget it, even from your smartphone. Thanks to Husqvarna, you can have a great-looking lawn and more time to enjoy it this season. Visit Mission Hills Nursery at 1525 Fort Stockton Drive in San Diego, or go to missionhillsnursery.com for more info.
If you're suffering from hearing loss, stay tuned for a special offer from the makers of Listen Clear, a revolutionary hearing aid breakthrough designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. Right now, you can try Listen Clear hearing aids absolutely free for 45 days. You can also qualify for free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen Clear hearing aids are so lightweight and comfortable, you can wear them all day long. They're practically invisible too, so others won't even notice you're wearing them. And the best part is, you'll be able to hear almost everything, everywhere. So do something about your hearing loss. Call Listen Clear now to get started with your 45-day risk-free hearing aid trial. This special offer won't be available for long, so call Listen Clear now.
800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. We're here 24 hours a day to help. That's 800-716-4650.
Do you owe $10,000 or more on at least 2 federal student loans? Then you may qualify for new programs offered by the Department of Education. These programs can reduce your interest, lower your payments, and possibly qualify you for loan forgiveness. If you have $10,000 or more and at least 2 federal student loans and currently not in school, you may qualify for one of these programs. Call now to check your eligibility. Student loan advisors are standing by to help you determine if you qualify for these new programs. They can help you reduce your interest, lower your payment, and even forgive a portion of your student loan debt. Take control of your financial future. Make this free 5-minute free call now to Nationwide Student Loans and learn how you can reduce your student loan debt.
800-439-1588, 800-439-1588, 800-439-1588, 800-439-1588.
Does your water stain and damage your fixtures? Does it smell or taste bad? Are you worried about what's in your water? Water quality should not be painful and worrisome. Get HydroCare water systems from Wave Home Solutions with the most advanced purification technologies. Call Wave Home Solutions today at 1-888-989-WAVE or go to greathealthywater.com. HydroCare will eliminate limescale that causes hundreds of dollars in damage to pipes and appliances without using salt. Well water will no longer smell or stain your fixtures. City water will be purified of harmful chlorine, lead, arsenic, and chemicals. Wave Home Solutions provides the cleanest, healthiest water at every faucet. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 1-888-989-WAVE, 1-888-989-WAVE, or go to greathealthywater.com. That's greathealthywater.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
National Funding Group has just released $100 million in easy access small business funding to businesses that gross at least $100,000 a year. You can have fast access up to $500,000 in new business capital in as little as 48 hours. Think about the ways you could grow your business if you had up to a $500,000 cash infusion. Call a NFG funding expert now. The process is easy. It only takes about 5 minutes. Then our management-owned lending team looks at your application for a fast approval. You can get 100% funded in about 2 days. If you need up to $500,000 in working capital to run your business and you gross at least $100,000 a year, call NFG and apply today. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. That's 800-296-1564.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And we have, one more segment until news time coming up top of the hour. Then hour number 2, 6 minutes after. Stay with us on Facebook. We mentioned the phone number, 855-424-9825, and that's exactly what Keith in Point Loma has done. Keith, good morning to you. Welcome to the show. How can we help you? What's going on?
Good morning. I have a couple of questions, one on dragon fruit and one on HB-101 in combination with ranunculus bulbs or rhizomes, whichever they are. I guess they're rhizomes. I don't know what they are.
No problem.
With HB-101, it doesn't matter, Keith.
Yeah. What's your dragon fruit question?
Okay, dragon fruit. Is this the wrong time to get one started?
It's not
the wrong
the
time of the year.
Yeah, it's
not ideal.
Not the best time because being a succulent, most of them are kind of going dormant at this time of year.
Yeah, that's
you could. How are you going to do it? Are you going to plant it right in the ground outside or something?
No, I'm going to put it in a container in potting soil.
Okay, then that should be fine. Yeah, normally in the springtime would be better, spring or summer, because then they're actively growing and put roots out faster.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but you can go ahead and get it started in the container or leave it in the container if you want. You're going to eventually have to feed it a lot because how big is your container?
Oh, gee, it's one of those, I don't know, it's 10 inches tall and 8 inches across.
So about a 5 gallon.
5 gallon.
Yeah. So that's going to be great to get it started, but it's going to need to go into something bigger at some point.
I know that.
Yeah.
I've grown them before and I've been successful, but mine are white and somebody gave me some pinks.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get those started.
Yeah, no, I would say if you're going to containerize them, yeah, go ahead and get them started.
And then one of the biggest things why you wouldn't want to do it now is they can get overwatered. And it's not so much that, you're going to water it too much, is that the water doesn't evaporate or go away quickly during this time of year. We get cooler days, less sun. Yeah. So just watch the watering because that is a concern right now because it's not actively growing. You can rot it out.
And Keith is by the beach. All the more with the marine layer, stuff like that.
It's going to be completely
Keith, you're a disaster waiting to happen.
But you'll be okay.
Yeah, I think overall.
And, wait till it calluses over.
Yeah.
After it's cut, wait a few days till it calluses over.
Yeah, I would wait wait a good 5 days or so.
Okay. I think that's all my questions.
Have you actually cut it already?
Yeah, I cut it 3 or 4 days ago.
Okay,
good. And just sitting outside.
Good deal.
Yeah.
What's your HB-101?
Do you have an HB-101 question, Keith, or was that part of it?
I do. I'm also plant some ranunculus bulbs or rhizomes, whatever they are. And should I soak those in HB-101 mixture or just splash it on or what? or even use it?
I'd give them a bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. As you mentioned, probably get like a little bowl or something that's easy for you to work with. Mix a solution in there and then just dip and soak them. As Masako had mentioned, just dip it in there, leave it set for 30 seconds to a minute, and then plant it. And that'll just help it kind of get
Establish.
going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a kickstart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, you have answered all of my questions.
All right.
Thank you, Keith. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Good hearing from you.
Thank you very much.
You got it.
Bye-bye.
Keith lives in Point Loma here in San Diego, and he's right by the beach. So you talked about the time of year. When you live by the beach, sometimes it won't even clear up.
Yeah.
It's cloudy all day.
All day, yeah.
Got the marine layer.
I grew up in Carlsbad, and, sometimes you don't see the sun until about 4:30 in the afternoon.
And then you got to go inland.
Yeah.
And see it. Okay, 55 minutes after the hour, Tiger.
So back to the discussion as far as before we went to the break last time was the E. coli in the lettuce.
Yeah.
And so people have to understand where it comes from. In commercial growing, E. coli can come from a number of different places. It can come from the processing plant. So the processing plant, the lettuce comes into a distribution yard and they process it, they repackage it and all that stuff. And the plant can have E. coli in the people that are working with it, the tables, all of that can contain transported onto the actual lettuce, and that's how it can get that way. The other way is it could come from the fields. Now, E. coli comes from usually manures. So a lot of these fields are located next to dairies, farms, pastures, and that.
Got the wind blowing.
They got the wind blowing. They have birds. They have all kinds of things that can bring E. coli from these farms where there's animals and put it in their growing plants. And as we mentioned, since lettuce doesn't get processed, it's usually kind of, it gets picked in the fields, it gets put into boxes. Those boxes, again, sometimes go to distribution plants where they get cut, repackaged and all that other stuff. Sometimes it goes straight into the distribution chain, where straight from the field to kind of a table, so to speak. And so it's hard. They do pull out lettuce throughout this chain and test it for E. coli. But they don't catch everything, and that's how it happens. So for the backyard gardener, the way that you can avoid E. coli or some of these other things in your own produce is your manures that you use. If you buy bagged manures, I'm not going to guarantee it, but there's a really good chance that you're not going to have any kind of those bad things in those bad bacterias and all of that stuff, because packaged manure has been processed to a certain temperatures
many times over. Right?
Yeah, that's the way it gets certification to be bagged. Now, if you're the farmer, the backyard farmer that goes to the horse ranch or dairy in your neighborhood and goes and says, "Oh, I can get the cow manure from this place. It's free and I can do it." You do have a risk. You don't test it. They don't process it correctly. Mm-hmm. And you could ultimately have produce that contains E. coli or some other bad things in it. So just be cautious of that. Or you're doing your own backyard composting. I always tell people, do not put any kind of stuff out of your kitchen into your own compost bin. Not, lettuces and peppers and tomatoes and that stuff, but don't put any of that other stuff that might be in your kitchen, dairy packages that just because they're paper, don't put them in your kitchen, wrappings, any of that stuff that you think is like, oh, it'll break down. There's a really good chance you're not bringing that compost bin up to a high enough temperature to kill off all of those things, clean all of those things. So therefore you can ultimately put that into your garden. And if it's an edible garden, you can ultimately eat it. So be cautious of that.
And lettuce is one of those things that's particularly nasty because they've got so many leaves in places for the stuff to get into.
Yeah.
Other produce you could wash. I did produce for 6 years probably for 2 different grocery stores. And lettuce, ours came directly from the field. It would go from the field to a packing plant, jammed in a box, and it would come to the store.
Yeah.
But you still had a whole lot of cleaning to do before you could even put it out. So even then, when you get it home, that's why you're supposed to wash your vegetables.
And Ravana's got a question. He posted on Facebook. I told him to get to him first thing next hour.
All right.
In about 6 minutes after, so stay with us. Questions, comments, you can start posting them on Facebook if you'd like. We'll monitor that. Also, as Keith did from San Diego, 855-424-9825. I'm going to come back. Stay with us 6 minutes after the hour.
Listen on the go. Download the Biz Talk Radio app. Available on iOS, Android, and BlackBerry. Biz Talk Radio. The opinions you hear on Biz Talk Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of this station, Biz Talk Radio, its management, or advertisers. The information on Biz Talk Radio does not constitute a recommendation, offer, or solicitation to buy or sell any product or service. If you have any questions about Biz Talk Radio, contact us at 817-274-1609 or at biztalkradio.com. This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at Biz.
For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent. If you're on the road this holiday weekend, National Weather Service lead forecaster Bob Auerbeck says there's some seasonal weather you'll have to face.
There's definitely heavy snow potential as we go on to later today into Sunday from parts of the central Rockies eastward into the plains and up towards the upper Great Lakes. Snow totals anywhere from 4 to 8 inches.
A major scientific report has been released by 13 federal agencies on climate change. USA's Wendy King has more on that.
The report paints an almost doomsday scenario, predicting more catastrophic storms, droughts, and wildfires if immediate steps are not taken to slow or stop global warming. The Trump administration decided to quietly release the report on the world's weather and its effects on things like hurricanes and wildfires, which have cost this country in particular lives and money. The report says these kind of disasters will get worse.
You're listening to USA Radio News.
Hi, I'm Wayne Alaroot, and through my longtime affiliation with the Libertarian and Republican parties, I've learned a thing or two about how politics and the economy really work. The writing's on the wall. All signs point to a major shift in investing as we know it. If you haven't started buying precious metals, you need to. Call now to order the Wayne Alaroot Precious Metals Investors Package, which includes 6 different silver coins from major mints around the world for only $99. Call 800-885-GOLD. That's 800-885-GOLD. That's 800-885-4653.
Look, I know this isn't the first MyPillow spot you've heard, and if you don't have yours yet, what are you waiting for? MyPillow stays cool, keeps its shape all night long. You can toss it in your washer and dryer, and it's like new again. Made in the USA, comes with a 10-year warranty and a great money-back guarantee. If you don't love your MyPillow, you have till March 1st to return it. How about that? Go to MyPillow.com, click on the buy one, get one free special. Use my code USA and get one free pillow when you buy one at regular price, plus shipping. That's MyPillow.com, click on the buy one, get one free special. Enter promo code USA. That's promo code USA.
Passengers aboard the Golden Gate Ferry that crashed into the San Francisco Ferry Terminal Friday afternoon say they had no warning. This passenger tells KGO-TV the captain didn't give them any clue something was about to happen.
It crashed into the dock and then it bounced. What happened? Then next thing you know, it crashed into another part of the dock.
Another passenger told KGO you'd think they would have blown the horn or anything to give people a heads up. The boat can carry some 750 passengers, but had a light load of 53. 2 people reported minor injuries. Those 60 or so students at Barbaro High School in Wisconsin who appear to be giving a Nazi salute in a junior prom group photo won't be punished. School officials say it would violate their First Amendment rights. The picture went viral on Twitter earlier this month. The photographer claims the students were merely waving, but one student in the picture who did not raise his arm disagreed. The school superintendent sent a letter home to parents saying the students' actions were not reflective of the educational values of the school. A series of community meetings has been scheduled. This is USA Radio News.
The following update is for drivers who pay too much for car insurance due to DUIs, DWIs, tickets, or anything else. Our company specializes in low-cost SR22 auto insurance. We know that mistakes happen and offer free quotes for very affordable auto insurance meant specifically for you, the overpaying high-risk driver. The quote is free and we'll handle the filing so you can start saving money. Call 800-758-0725. 800-758-0725. 800-758-0725.
Golf took center stage Friday as Tiger Woods squared off against Phil Mickelson in Capital One's The Match pay-per-view winner-take-all event. It took 22 holes for Mickelson to pull off the win, and he was a gracious winner.
It's not going to take anything away from his greatness. He's the greatest of all time. But to be able to have just a little bit of smack talk, for the coming years, it means a lot to me because I really don't have much on him.
Woods blamed himself for the loss.
I had plenty of opportunities to make putts today, and I didn't make any putts to put a little pressure on Phil. I had an opportunity on the last hole to win the match, and I hit a bad putt.
Mickelson birdied the fourth playoff hole to beat Woods in their $9 million made-for-TV match. It was marred by technical difficulties with viewers unable to view it on their televisions. After paying $19.95, Turner and Bleacher Report representatives sent out links on social media, allowing people to view it for free on their computers and mobile devices. It appears Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer stuck his foot in it when he used Twitter to praise Chief Justice John Roberts of the Supreme Court for rebuking President Trump's recent Obama judge's comment, while at the same time slamming Roberts' partisan decisions. Schumer tweeted, "I don't agree very often with Chief Justice Roberts, especially in his partisan decisions, which seem highly political on Citizens United, Jameis and Shelby, but I am thankful today that he almost alone among Republicans stood up to the president for an independent judiciary." Critics quickly pointed out Schumer's contradiction. For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're finding expensive with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-569-3414. That's 800-569-3414. Again, 800-569-3414.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
That was a quick 6 minutes. We are back with hour number 2. Thank you for joining us. Sitting in for John Bagnasco, Bob Reedmiller, Tiger Palafox. I'm Bryan Main. Welcome to your Thanksgiving weekend. We neglected to say we hope you had a good Thanksgiving Day 2 days ago this long Thanksgiving weekend, which is nice. 4 days off for many of us.
Yeah.
You didn't take 4 days off, though. You're at the nursery, right?
Yeah, working after the show.
Yeah. No, I'm going back to enjoy my little holiday off. Yeah. We had a question on Facebook Live late last hour. Viewer wants to know when the best time to prune sun patience.
Sun patience, huh?
Which I have in my patio.
Yeah, you do. I remember seeing
personally, I just trim them when they get a little bit leggy. Mm-hmm. I don't really, like most plants, they say a certain time of the year, and maybe there's a better way to do it.
Well, he's in Southern California, right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Didn't mention.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Because, Southern California, mild temperatures, like you mentioned, Brian, you can kind of just trim them when they get leggy and they'll kind of grow back out. If you're in a cold area where they're not going to grow back out after you trim them, you have to be cognizant of that, because if you trim them now and it's cold and they aren't going to grow, you can do damage by, exposing the tips to frost or anything of that, worried about that. You kind of want to leave that old foliage on there to protect him. But
they're not going to take much of a freeze anyway.
Well, yeah, so, I guess the only reason why you would is if you were in a mild temperature, trim them, huh?
Yeah, in which case, pretty much any time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep them neat looking. Yeah.
Yeah, as you see fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're in a mild temperature, trim them as you need and keep them cleaned and out of your way. But if you're in a colder temperature, I would just let them go.
Yeah, I think he said Southeast VA. Guess that's Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
that's cold climate.
Yep. So I would probably just let them go through the winter if you can right now. As Brian mentioned, his pots on patio, if he lets them go, they might not allow you to walk out on the patio. But you do what you can do.
I should take an updated picture of the patio with the veggie pod gone now.
Yeah.
And you should see. Do you remember when John gave me those two little palm trees?
Yep.
You probably didn't notice them. They're like to the roof.
Are they really?
Oh, they're huge. And then he gave me about a year, 2 years ago, a ficus that was a volunteer.
I remember that.
In his bamboo, which is also 20 feet now.
Yeah.
So
it's a Benjamina.
Ficus benjamina. So, Ravana, I hope that answers your question. I think you live in Virginia, so cold climate, let them go right now. Don't do anything until it warms up.
Yeah.
Those in warmer climates, just like I do, when they get leggy, they get a little out of hand, just trim them around the pot.
And
if you have them in pots.
And if she doesn't get hit with a bad freeze or anything, they might make it through the spring. And,
Yeah, depending on where they're kept, you know, on a patio or something that's protected. I mean, and that's the thing that a good general rule for people to know as we get into the wintertime is that usually pruning stimulates growth. So when you prune things, after you prune it, the plant, it immediately wants to stimulate growth. Well, if you do that before cold weather, that new growth is kind of
it's tender.
It's tender. It's a baby.
Yep.
And you're not going to take a new baby and put it out in the cold. Now, an older person that's mature and knows how to take care of themselves, much more able to tolerate things. But you're not going to take a baby and put it out in the cold. And that's what you're going to do with plants. If you prune them during cold temperatures, you're opening up the risk for more severe damage because it's that new growth that's mostly affected by cold and heat even. So
I think we answered the question. He said, thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Cool. Beautiful.
What else was in the news? Want to mention for people out there also, just keeping people in the loop as far as Christmas trees as a whole. So cut Christmas trees throughout the nation. There is a severe, and when I say severe, it's not like lots are going to run out, but there's a severe shortage. People have to remember the average Christmas tree, 7 to 8 foot tree, took between 6 to 8 years to grow.
Right.
Well, what was happening 6 to 8 years ago in our economy? That was when we were going through our recession / depression, right? So all those farmers that were going through that at the time didn't plant as they should have because they didn't have the money to. And so therefore now we're
some
suffering.
of them went out of business.
Yes, exactly. And so now we're suffering. And not only are we suffering because they didn't plant, but we're suffering because our economy is doing so well that it's a boom in people wanting to buy a Christmas tree. And so not only has the demand gone up, but the supply has gone down. And so the trees that are on the lot now are skinnier, a little bit more scraggly, and we have less of them. And so when you're going to go buy your Christmas tree, don't wait. This weekend, next weekend, buy your Christmas tree. If you probably have a chance of not finding what you want.
You have to embrace the Charlie Brown Christmas.
Exactly. Because the selection just will not be there. And change your perception of what you're going to get. Because right now, an 8 foot to 9 foot noble fir was usually coming in with a width of about 5 feet wide or so. 4 feet is a good one nowadays with a width. And it does not look as mature as they did in the past because they're trying to keep up with the demand, but there's just not a lot of selection in their fields.
So obviously a delay effect because when they're grown, when they're ready to be shipped.
Yep.
And people probably think for the most part, didn't you just grow that? What's the problem? And again, no, your tree for 2023 is being grown right now.
Yeah. As Bob had mentioned, they planted poinsettias back in July. I mean, they only have, 6 months to think about it. A farmer that's growing a Christmas tree is talking
7
decades
years.
down the road, I mean, it's
and that's
amazing.
a very good point. A lot of people wait, till a week before. Some people do it now. Tiger's suggestion, do it now because you may not have much except a Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
And the HB-101
in
the water. If you're not ready, if you're ahead of time and earlier than you want to get it, use that and it'll stay longer.
And go to gardenamerica.com for that special, a great price offer on HB-101. 13 minutes after the hour, what's on your mind? 855-424-9825. Monitoring Facebook Live with your questions and comments. John back next week at john@gardenamerica.com here on Biz Talk Radio. What else, guys?
I was going to say that HB-101 Christmas package could be the nicest thing under your Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
It all ties very nicely together, doesn't it?
Yeah. What else is going? I don't know.
Well, you're still busy. Do you have a downtime at all?
No more.
He answered that real quick.
No. And succulents.
Downtime.
And color.
We used to, but we've gotten so big and.
You guys have diversified because you guys used to just do cactus succulents.
Well, no.
Well, that was your.
That's always
dominant.
been like half of the business, and the other half was the color.
You're stereotyped into being just a succulent guy.
I know,
and you're more than that.
Yeah, it's not true. But being the largest succulent grower in the country, and with the succulent tidal wave has continued to grow.
Yeah, and
some people said a few years ago, this is going to die
because
off.
they want drought tolerant. Is that what people are still doing?
No. This is it's just fun. they like it for
they're discovering
younger generation wants ease.
Yeah, and they use this stuff for weddings and for banquets and all kinds of stuff for arrangements, and it's just
they're discovering that succulents are more than just green cactus with.
Exactly. They to them a cactus is anything, whether it was a succulent or not. I mean, they call them all cactus. But then they see all the different varieties, the colors and the shapes, and so we can't grow enough. We have been for the last 2 months or 3 months out of several things.
Oh, really?
That have to keep going on our weekly availability list and says, don't sell 2.5-inch succulents this week. They'll be ready in another 3 weeks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because we can't plant them and grow them fast enough to keep up with the demand.
Right.
And we've got hundreds of acres of these things growing, in all over San Diego County, and still not enough. So we're trying, folks. We really are.
So now's not a good time. Wait a couple of weeks.
Some coming back on. I mean, there's things that are showing up and out for a month or so. It's not like we don't have them, but they're not ready. They're either not up to pot size or they haven't rooted yet.
But will be.
Yeah, and this time of year, like we were telling the caller earlier, they're slower getting started now. So you take Echeveria cuttings and you put them in the pots or whatever. They're not going to root like they would in the summertime or spring. So they sit there longer getting established, whatever. So come springtime, then, we can push them out even faster. But yeah, it's...
there's a big difference living in San Diego compared to some of the rest of the country. Most people's mindset is, I can walk into a garden store, Home Depot, Lowe's, any time of the year and buy anything I want.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a grocery store. It's a grocery store now.
Right.
It used to not be that way.
Yeah.
So, but that's been our big push, and we're still growing and doing more and making new hybrids still. And I think we may eventually start growing some more of the slower, more unusual variety we used to have.
Nice.
We've got some more properties, so we'll see.
Allows you to do
Okay,
that.
break time once again, 16 minutes after the hour here. Garden America, Tiger Palafox, Bob Reedmiller, I'm Bryan Main. Thank you for joining us at 855-424-9825. That number's on the screen, your computer screen, if you're watching us on Facebook Live. You're on Biz Talk Radio. And again, we're going to come back. If you have any questions or comments, want to talk about something, let us know right there on Facebook as we step aside.
Want a better looking lawn with less effort? Husqvarna's robotic automower is the effortless way to mow. Husqvarna's intelligent design allows the automower to maneuver around your lawn without supervision, even over tricky terrain and around obstacles. It knows when it needs to be charged and directs itself back to the charging dock. With convenient control options, the Husqvarna allows you to set it and forget it, even from your smartphone. Thanks to Husqvarna, you can have a great looking lawn and more time to enjoy it this season. Visit Mission Hills Nursery at 1525 Fort Stockton Drive in San Diego, or go to missionhillsnursery.com for more info.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Being a business owner or entrepreneur can feel lonely. Unless your friends have walked the same path, they just don't understand your passion. How many times have you been asked, when are you going to get a real job? And when you finally do make it big, all of a sudden the doubters tell you they always knew you would. Does this sound familiar? You see, at BizBod, we understand the road you're on because we're on the same path. That's why we created a club just for you. Meet other people on the same path you're on and get content that will help you grow your business. All for only $49.95 a year. And if you join today, you can get your first 30 days free, promo code RADIO. This is a limited time offer, so try it for free, and who knows, you might be able to help other members. Simply go to bizbod.com and enter promo code RADIO.
As a small business owner, there's one word that you absolutely dread: payroll. For small businesses, it's a big burden. You may think you're saving time and money doing it yourself. But come on, are you? Timesheets, processing checks, calculating taxes, a total waste of your time. Paychex simplifies payroll processing, saving you time and money. Submit your payroll online, fax it in, or call your dedicated Paychex payroll specialist. And you're done. Learn more at trypaychex.com. Come on, do the math. The IRS dishes out 8 million penalties a year. Make one mistake, and you're on the hook. On average, you're losing nearly one business day every month doing payroll. That's time and money you'll never get back, unless you get Paychex. More than 500,000 small businesses already do. Call 877-649-5324. Trade payroll pressure for peace of mind. Call now. 877-649-5324. That's 877-649-5324.
Are you ready to leave your corporate job behind and be your own boss? Have you ever dreamed of owning a business? Do you have $50,000 more sitting around in a 401k? If you answered yes, it's time to invest in yourself by buying or starting a business or franchise. IRS code allows you to use money in a 401k to invest in a business with absolutely no penalties or taxes. At Guidant Financial, we've helped more than 11,000 entrepreneurs invest $3 billion in retirement assets into the small businesses and franchises of their dreams. So if you've got $50,000 or more in a 401k and you're looking for a way to start a business, call Guidant Financial now for free information and to learn more. Operators are standing by for your call. 800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. That's 800-570-6630.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And we are back from the break. Thank you for being there, Facebook viewers, those listening on the radio, Biz Talk Radio, streaming live around the world. It is Garden America, 855-424-9825, along with Bob Reedmiller sitting in for John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. I'm Bryan Main. Our next podcast, which we'll record next week, will be about forcing bulbs. So Tiger thought it'd be a good idea to touch upon that a little bit while we've got your attention.
Yeah, and this is the time of year when you go to a garden setting, you're going to see those narcissus or paper white bulbs sitting in the rock or just in water, and they're growing. They're starting to bloom.
The hyacinth bulbs in the big water vase thingy.
Hyacinth bulb as well, amaryllis, or you're going to see those. And one thing that I've seen over the years, and I haven't seen them yet because I really haven't been to any of the chain stores, but last year a popular thing was that waxed covered amaryllis, where they covered the bulb with a wax, and it was either red or gold, and then the bulb just grew, out of the wax.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so rather than seeing the bulb, it was like dipped in wax, and then the.
And what does that do for the bulb?
It does nothing.
It just preserves the moisture in it so that it can do its thing.
Yeah, it just makes it look pretty. But, it actually makes the bulb worthless later on. But,
it's a throwaway.
Forcing thing. Anytime you force a bulb, you throw it away afterwards. You don't get to use it again. But, for those of you that are listening and don't know what forcing a bulb means, it's basically bulbs, like we had mentioned, hyacinths, paper whites, amaryllis. What else is out there that can be forced? Can tulips be forced? I don't think so. But
no.
What they can do is these bulbs can grow.
Daffodils.
Daffodils.
Yeah.
These bulbs can grow without being put into the ground, without being fertilized, without being grown soil. Yeah. And so they can grow in things like rock or just in water. Or, as we mentioned, sometimes just by themselves. They can grow by themselves. And when you force a bulb, when you don't put it in soil, the bulb has everything it needs within the bulb to grow. Well, that's a one-time shot. And that's why we say the bulb is worthless afterwards.
Can you sometimes see the plant within that little bulb?
You mean if you... What is that called? John had mentioned it before, where you cut the bulb in half.
If you cut it in half,
and you would see the
meristem.
Which I think is very cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So
not all bulbs do that. I forget.
I think
what
tulips do that?
can, where
Yeah.
you can cut a tulip in half and you can match two, and then you can have it grow, and one half would be red and one half would be white or whatever. But yeah.
Well, with the
forcing,
with the forcing, it just takes what's in the bulb, and it uses it up, and that's it.
Yeah.
When you've got them planted in the ground, they're rooted. They continually feed the bulb,
and then year
that's
after
why it
year
can
they
go-
can
yeah.
regrow.
You know, the term forcing doesn't sound good unless you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we had a little
Should you do that?
discussion off air.
Off air, off mic?
Yeah, where Bryan was holding a gun to a bulb and forcing it.
Grow. Forcing a bulb. So that's the process right there. Daffodils, same thing, right?
Yeah, I think you would do those just like the paper whites.
Yep,
because they're the same family. So
rock, gravel, or water.
Hyacinths are the best though.
And
well, so you did that when you said that.
They smell so good. Yeah, they do.
When doing that, there's a couple tips that you can grow, because sometimes they grow because you're forcing it, and depending on the light that it's in, they can become floppy, or they can get too tall or leggy, is what we would call it, and then it would flop over. And there's things that you can do. Number one, as we talked about earlier with HB-101, you can use a little bit of solution of HB-101 in the water, and that would help. That would help the plant become more rigid and stiff and still grow. We mentioned before a little bit of vodka and rubbing alcohol in the water. Just a little.
I'd go with the HB-101 because this goes back to the carnation powdered milk.
Yeah,
a little bit of vodka in
It
there.
also goes back to Sharon's theory about Viagra too, or an aspirin. All those things.
They dilate the cells. Yeah. But a little bit of vodka or rubbing alcohol in the water, and as Bob mentioned, too much can go the wrong way.
Yeah, stick with the
HB-101 is a
HB-101.
little safer.
Yeah.
But it shortens the plant, so therefore they don't grow too tall or leggy. They bloom at a shorter height, so that way you can have these paper whites that don't flop over, but they sit nicely and straight on your table.
And paper whites tend to get very tall anyway.
Yeah.
And in fact, even the ones that you find forced in garden centers or whatever usually have a string and a couple of stakes around them just to kind of hold everybody in place.
How about if we use the word encourage instead of force? Encourage them. It's more positive.
I'm going to encourage bulbs this winter.
Don't bully them.
Exactly.
Don't bully the bulb.
Don't bully nobody should be forced. Don't bully bulbs.
Yeah.
But that 3 times fast.
I tried.
I know.
If you're wanting these for Christmas, you need to start yesterday. You want to start now.
Christmas is going to be here in a month.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, timing that out is difficult, but you can start now, and you can probably get an amaryllis. You can definitely get paper whites and hyacinths and things like that to be up and ready for the holidays. But it's a neat thing that you can do, and you can keep them inside. They produce color, they produce fragrance, as Bob mentioned with the hyacinths, and even the paper whites have a fragrance. Some people don't like the paper white fragrance, which I think is so funny. It's kind of like a marigold. Some people hate the smell of marigold.
Yeah, I'm not fond of that.
Yeah, but
it's
some
like
people love
eating
it.
liver. You either like it or you hate it. Nobody's in between.
Well, the orchid, the zygopetalum. Incredible flower with a blue and white striped lip and mottled yellow and brown spotted back petals and whatever. Smells like a hyacinth on steroids.
Yeah.
And you like hyacinth. You're that big fan. That's your favorite.
But if you have one in the house in bloom, you usually wind up moving it someplace.
Too strong?
It's too strong. Yeah, people are coming in, they're going, oh, that's so great. And in about an hour, they're going, get that out of here.
It's kind of like too much perfume, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much perfume gives you that head.
Way strong, yeah.
When you first smell it, it's fine, but you don't want the smell to arrive before you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
People with too much cologne.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Bob's on his way.
Yeah.
He'll be here any minute.
Oh, that's funny.
855-424-9825. Also, Facebook Live. We seem to be up to date.
But if you don't make it for Christmas with the forcing the bulbs, so what?
Oh, yeah.
Because you want to bring spring a little bit earlier, especially if you're in a cold place where
you lacking color right now,
nasty and snowy and whatever.
To have any flower in your house is wonderful.
Relatives in New Hampshire have been freezing their buns off again, and it came on quick.
They had early snow in New York this year in November.
Did you see the Thanksgiving parade in New York?
Yeah,
26 degrees.
The coldest,
20 degrees.
It was the coldest on record. Yeah.
Wow.
20 degrees.
And believe me, if you're standing there, I'm from New Jersey, so if you're standing there on concrete watching a parade,
it's freezing.
Your feet are numb.
Well, there's the people that go out during the ball drop for New Year's, and they're
crazy.
They're out there for the day.
Oh,
yeah. You know, the people that are in Times
You want to
Square.
get a good seat,
I don't remember
position?
what they say, but they basically show up like at 5 a.m. or 4 in the morning,
Yeah, they
and they're
camp out.
standing there for the whole day.
Yeah.
And usually it's snowy, it's rainy, it's freezing.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And I'm like, no.
But
I'm too soft.
everybody's been holiday tipping too, so they don't realize how cold they are. Probably
All day though, I'd be unconscious.
During the break, I'm going to tell you what you said in and amongst the conversation we just had, and how that could be interpreted a little differently.
Okay.
It's 29 minutes after the hour. Break. We're going to come back. Questions at 855-424-9825. Or right there on Facebook Live as Bob Reed-Millis sits in for John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. I'm Bryan Main. Happy Thanksgiving, long Thanksgiving weekend, hopefully for you, from all of us here at Garden America. Coming right back.
Sometimes business owners and entrepreneurs don't follow a traditional schedule. Well, that's where Biz TV's Biz Club can work for you on your time. For only $5.95 a month, you can have over 200 hours of our fresh, original content on demand, anywhere, anytime. And with our search feature, you can quickly and easily find the topic or show you're looking for in seconds. Today and see what you've been missing. Free for 7 days. Join the Biz Club. It's Biz TV on your time.
My computer is so slow, it's making me crazy.
I used to have that problem.
Did you quit using the computer or did you buy a new one?
No, I called Geeks On Site. They made an appointment to visit my home and showed up the same day.
You mean they didn't ask you to bring your computer to a shop? That's what happened when I called a support company.
Geeks On Site can go to your home or business or even online. They have 24/7 emergency service.
If you are having problems with your PC or Mac, 1-800-591-1682. Our friendly certified computer repair experts are available 24/7. Call now for a free diagnosis. 1-800-591-1682. Data recovery, virus removal, and maintenance for all laptops, desktops, printers, and networks. That's Geeks On Site for friendly certified computer repair experts, available 24/7 over the phone or in your home or business. Just call 1-800-591-1682. That's 1-800-591-1682. 1-800-591-1682.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. That's 800-217-5107.
We paid less for our Craftmatic today than we did 20 years ago.
If you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and free information on today's Craftmatic adjustable beds. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Rated #1 by consumers nationwide on ConsumerAffairs.com. Craftmatic beds come in all mattress types, including cool gel memory foam for up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, poor circulation, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. You'll sleep better in a Craftmatic adjustable bed. So if you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and information, and then decide when you see how little they cost. Less, up to 50% less. Today's leading memory foam brand.
Call 1-800-316-5271. That's 1-800-316-5271. 1-800-316-5271. Call now.
Does your water stain and damage your fixtures? Does it smell or taste bad? Are you worried about what's in your water? Water quality should not be painful and worrisome. Get HydroCare water systems from Wave Home Solutions with the most advanced purification technologies. Call Wave Home Solutions today at 1-888-989-WAVE or go to GreatHealthyWater.com. HydroCare will eliminate limescale that causes hundreds of dollars in damage to pipes and appliances without using salt. Well water will no longer smell or stain your fixtures. City water will be purified of harmful chlorine, lead, arsenic, and chemicals. Wave Home Solutions provides the cleanest, healthiest water at every faucet. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 1-888-989-WAVE, 1-888-98-PE, or go to GreatHealthyWater.com. That's GreatHealthyWater.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today. Now, listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-285-4765 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your 4765.
America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
We are right back here with you 35 minutes after the hour. Thank you for tuning in. Whether you listen to Biz Talk Radio, we do appreciate it on this long Thanksgiving weekend. Bob Reed-Miller sitting in for John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox, making sure that we're up and running on Facebook Live.
Isn't that a trip? We're streaming around the world?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Hey, you could get a call right now from, say, Bulgaria.
Yeah.
Bulgaria. Or somebody from France or Australia. It's happened before.
I didn't do Bulgarian, so we'd be at a loss.
Oh, yeah, you speak Norwegian, Japanese, Italian, Spanish.
Yeah, well, some much better than others, but
okay.
Yeah.
What is the best foreign language you speak that you can
Spanish? Yeah,
you can just roll into it.
Yeah, I took it for so many years, and with the intention of being a teacher, and oddly enough, I got into the upper division of San Diego State, where every class I took was taught in Spanish, and my brain exploded. It was like, I can't do this.
And you use it.
Well, that's it. It just turned out that, being at the nursery, I use it all day long, at least several times a day.
Absolutely. I can remember in Spanish, the first thing they taught us was, like, say, hola, Roberto, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Hi, how are you? How you doing? Well, you speak Spanish,
That was my sister's entire repertoire.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And ¿qué hora es? And what time it is? Es
Ramon y Carlota son novios.
But we use it here. It's interesting because you travel through California, it's all Hispanic names for wherever you go, right?
Sure, exactly.
Meaning it's the Spanish language is the names of cities, the names of roads.
Oh, Los Angeles is a good example.
Right?
Sure.
Exactly. When you go back on the East Coast, it's all Indian names.
Yeah, that's right.
Meaning, Native American Indian names.
Right.
That's what I grew up with.
And it's funny because just like when people have trouble coming to California and saying La Jolla, Los Angeles.
You mean La Jolla?
Yeah,
La Jolla.
exactly, right?
El Cajon?
Right. I have that trouble when I go back east because it's an Indian name, and I'm like, I don't know how to say that word. But meanwhile, they roll it off.
Sure.
Like no big deal.
My best friend from Carlsbad High School, and we're still in touch all the time, she had finally gotten to go back east, and it was the biggest thrill of her life because she had relatives back there that she had never met and whatever. And she was born and raised in San Diego. And she came back and she was trying to tell me places she went in New Jersey, and she kept murdering these names.
Yeah.
And she'd look at me, I go, no, Patty, that's
yeah.
And it was like Totowa, something as simple as that. And she was saying Tatawa. And I go, no, it's Totowa.
Saskatchewan.
When it comes to Spanish, my go-to, when I want to know how something is or how you pronounce it, ¿Cómo se dice en español? And I'll point to it.
Yeah, there you go.
And then they'll give me the name in Spanish. And then I can develop a little conversation just by that.
It works. And, all the years I had, as much as I use it, you can't know all the vocabulary with any language that you learn. And so I get stumped, but there's ways to talk around it and describe what you're trying to do.
Well, congregating verbs and all that. How do you
that's easy.
Piecing things together as far as making a sentence out of it.
Yeah. Once you know that, then you're good to go. But there's just certain words that you are not familiar with because they don't come up in your daily life, or especially if they're specific to.
And with that comes the plant names. They're Latin based usually.
Sure, Latin or Greek. Yeah.
And so it's funny because I love whenever people talk about plant names and how they're said, it's that scene in Anchorman when he's talking about San Diego and how for years the definition was lost or whatever, and people just don't know what it means. That's kind of like plant names in the meaning of, tomato, and how you say it.
Well, I think if you're in England, it's tomato.
Well, I'm just saying it's funny because it always reminds me of, historians have been trying to trace it back for years what the correct pronunciation is, but nobody has been able to trace the source of blah, blah, blah.
And then on the really dull side of it is that we, as plant people, we deal with the taxonomists, who are the guys that name all the plants. Yeah. And they change names all the time.
John always loves to say that. The reason why they change the names is because that's the only way they keep a job.
Yeah.
Because nobody's creating new names.
Yeah. Forever.
Renaming.
Yeah. Forever. Tomatoes were lycopersicum, lycopersicum.
Well, that's where the lycopene comes from, right?
Right. Except now they're solanum lycopersicum.
Because taxonomists needed something to do.
They found that they're closer to all the other solanums than they thought they used to be.
The more we looked at this, we're going to change the name because we're thinking it's closer to this than that.
Let's really mess with them this time,
But it doesn't matter to the average consumer. They just want to know that it's a tomato.
Yeah.
They don't want to get into the Latin or the Greek.
But then I've got, a tag database that I take care of and fill out for all
you got to change it all the time, right?
You go in, all of a sudden, I've got 300 tomato names that need to be changed.
And who tells you? Does somebody walk in and say, Bob, we need to change the names?
You usually accident. You go online looking something up and you go,
oh, that's
where'd they get that name from? And you start looking and then you find out that 2 years ago, it was changed to this. That's the whole thing. There is no that comes out and tells everybody to switch
the names.
So
they just throw it in there and they'll get used to it.
Yeah.
Cool thing when people do research on the plants and they, along with the name change, comes with other things, meaning, you deal with a lot of hybridizers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they find out that these plants are comparable, they can do things now that they couldn't do or they didn't think, always could be done before.
You know what's one of the most amazing things, and I can't wait to see one, Manfreda, which is a sort of an agave type, but it's spineless and usually more colorful in different ways. It has like spots and whatever. So they're crossing them with agaves, and they're getting a cross called a Mangave because it's Manfreda and agave. But Manfreda is also in the tuberose family.
Oh.
And tuberose is another one of those things that just smells so good.
Yeah, and
but looks nothing
like the Manfreda.
No. And so Kelly Griffin has been talking about kind of playing with that.
Yeah.
And if you could get one of those to cross with a tuberose and
how
then
cool
maybe
would that be?
Cross that with an agave.
Yeah.
Whoa.
A fragrant
big
agave.
Fragrant agave or something. Holy cow.
Wow. Put your lab coat on, get to work.
I know.
That would definitely be one of those plants, though, kind of like the night blooming jasmine, where people will go, oh, a night blooming jasmine. And as you would mention, the hyacinth, I'm going to plant this right by my bedroom window. Because I love the smell of it.
That's the zygopetalum inside the house.
Meanwhile, they wake up at midnight with a headache, and so it'll be one of those things. You're like, ooh, this agave has this wonderful fragrance. I'm going to put it right by my kitchen
for the first 20
window.
seconds.
And then after that bloom has been there for a month and a half, and they're like, oh, my eyes are puffy and I can't breathe. And...
the key to that, plant it a little further away.
Yeah.
Because you won't smell it all the time. You'll get the occasional wind whiff.
Well,
put it next to your neighbor. Let them deal with it.
That's exactly the thing with the night blooming jasmine, which it smells really good, but from a distance.
Yes.
Let it just kind of come in once in a while. And it's heavenly.
Yeah, we used to have night blooming jasmine, my home in Pacific Beach, right by the front door.
Yeah.
It was okay, but when you open the door, woo! Wow.
And I don't even like them really good as plants because the bugs eat them up, and they don't look always that great, kind of a thing. So I always say mix it in with the other plants in your backyard, and just enjoy it from the fragrance that you get, the whiffs every once in a while. But it's definitely nothing that needs to be front and center.
No.
And what's nice about it too is if it gets out of hand, you just
cut it,
chop it down,
crap out of it.
Yeah,
and it comes right back. Even better.
Very hardy.
Yeah,
it's a tough one.
Try to kill it.
That's cool. So that would be neat. That would be neat. So,
yeah.
an agave with a fragrance of a tuberose.
Yeah.
And because the flower on the agave spike, they don't have
a fragrance.
Sometimes they might get a mild.
Not only that, they're typically 30 feet in the air.
Right.
So you would never know anyway.
Yeah.
But back to the name thing, we went for years, and the plant, the regular old jade plant, was Crassula argentea.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that for 100 years. And we labeled our tags as such. Finally started to see things online in different garden discussion groups. Everybody knew who Altman's was, and they go, why does Altman's keep calling jade Crassula argentea? It's ovata, and everybody should, blah, 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 blah. And this went on and on and on, and I kept mentioning it every now and then to people, and it sort of went on deaf ears. Partly because the people that had worked there in the assembly areas and whatever, they know the plant by the old name.
Yeah.
And you start switching names and things get messed up.
Right.
We're the only people on the planet calling this by the wrong name, and we're talking the jade plant, which everybody knows.
And, it's a common plant.
And you're probably one of the biggest producers of that plant.
Yeah, exactly. And so then it was like hands down, change the name.
Yeah.
So everything says Crassula ovata now, except for if you run into some old post or something.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know until somebody brings it to your attention.
And usually you find out by accident.
Yep.
As you said, there's no bulletin that goes out. One more segment to go on this fine Saturday, Thanksgiving weekend. Hope you're having a good Thanksgiving weekend, and thank you for spending part of it with us here at Garden America. Bob Reed-Miller in for John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. I'm Bryan Main. We're going to step aside and a break, our last and our final segment next.
Having bug problems this season? Need an overall solution? Try Natural Guard's Spinosad soap. This combination of spinosad and fatty acids kills aphids, mealybugs, worms, caterpillars, and other bugs that plague your garden. It's also safe to use around your fruit and veggies to make sure you enjoy your crop and not those pesky Natural Guard Spinosad in a ready-to-use bottle or ready to spray for those large garden plots at your favorite independent garden center. Go to fertilome.com for more information. Want a better-looking lawn with less effort? Husqvarna's robotic automower is the effortless way to mow. Husqvarna's intelligent design allows the automower around your lawn without supervision, even over tricky terrain and around obstacles. It knows when it needs to be charged and directs itself back to the charging dock. With convenient control options, the Husqvarna allows you to set it go to Michigan.
Like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home, and you feel like you have nowhere to turn for help? Then we have good news for you. For through with foreclosure, save your home. Call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. 800-670-2142. That's 800-670-2142.
Time changes everything. For me, becoming a single father of 2 young kids, it changed my ability to use my timeshare. The frustration of not being able to use it was compounded by annual maintenance fees that nearly tripled to get out. After searching online for sell my timeshare or get out of my timeshare, it just looked like one scam after another. I needed a real, permanent, and legitimate way to get out of this for good. I'm Brandon Reed, the founder of Timeshare Exit Team. We will get you out of the timeshare you can't use or can't afford anymore. We get people out safely, legally, and permanently. We are more successful because we have more solutions. Schedule a free consultation to review your ownership situation and find the best strategy for you. If we can't get you out, we will give you a full refund. Call Timeshare Exit Team today.
Call 800-929-8112. That's 800-929-8112. That's 800-929-8112.
Call Timeshare Exit Team today.
As a small business owner, there's one word that you absolutely dread: payroll. For small businesses, it's a big burden. You may think you're saving time and money doing it yourself. But come on, are you? Time processing, calculating taxes, a total waste of your time. Paychecks simplifies payroll processing, saving you time and money. Submit your payroll online, fax it in, or call your dedicated Paychecks payroll specialist. And you're done. Learn more at trypaychecks.com. Come on, do the math. The IRS dishes out 8 million penalties a year. Make one mistake and you're on the hook. On average, you're losing nearly 1 business day every month doing payroll. That's time and money you'll never get back, unless you get paychecks. More than 500,000 small businesses already do. Call 877-649-5324. Trade payroll pressure for peace of mind. Call now. 877-649-5324. 877-649-5324.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for business talk. Online at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
It is our final segment at 51 minutes after the hour. Bob Reed-Miller, Tiger Palafox, Bryan Main. Happy Saturday, right? It is Saturday. Thanksgiving weekend.
Saturday.
Thanksgiving Saturday. Thank you for being right there. And again, 855-424-9825, or you can reach us right there on Facebook Live.
Yeah, and what a good holiday. What a good start.
I think so.
To the holiday season, at least for us. I mean, I understand that there's been some cold weather in the north, and there's been the fires up in California here.
Right.
That's been good.
But, I mean, I just feel people are kind of getting into that holiday mood pretty nicely. And, even with these things that happen throughout the world, whether, a natural disaster or hiccups, things that happen, holidays are a time for people to just kind of get together. And one of the things that when we were talking about the table with Thanksgiving with my family was just the idea of that, a lot of us are in good spots and being, happy and, kind of getting
very
through
blessed
things.
with everything you have.
So
you didn't do the airing of the grievances?
No, I get worried with that. I never know what somebody's going to say about me.
You people bug me.
I love that.
Airing of the grievances.
That's coming up not too long.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually have I've got a poll on my desk.
For Festivus, right?
Yep.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Yep.
Put your poll up. Unbelievable. Okay, little Seinfeld reference for those that are going, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Our 8 minutes to go to the top of the hour. So we talked about forcing bulbs today. We talked about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Covered a lot of ground. Of course, HB-101. Make sure to go to gardenamerica.com and order yours with a special price for the Christmas holidays.
Yeah. And you're not better deal anyway. Local retailers, any other source online.
You're going to pay full price.
You're not going to find a better deal anywhere else. And, we're going to get it to you before the holidays, and it's going to be, it's a good product to use. And a little bit goes a long way. So people look at the bottle and go, oh, that's not a lot.
I can tell you that small bottle right there.
Yeah. The one that Godzilla is attacking?
The one that Godzilla attacked a little while ago on the camera. This little bottle goes for $30. Just this gives you more for less money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, and it does go a long way, but just to give you an idea of what the cost is.
Well, and like Masako said, the actual dilution for that is a half a teaspoon to 3 gallons of water.
Mm-hmm.
That's an incredible ratio. So it's not like you're going to be out of this little bottle very quickly.
Yeah, use it sparingly.
Yeah, well,
because it's meant to be.
Yeah, don't do what us knuckleheads would do and go, well, if a half a teaspoon is good, then a half a bottle is better.
Let's pour that whole bottle into that pothos down there.
Yeah.
Also, we can get that pothos to grow overnight.
You know what? A little bit in that water. Of course, these things do well anyway. This is another. How do you apophis? You put it in water, it does its own thing. You can't lose.
They're pretty much indestructible.
They are.
But wouldn't that be funny though to put some in there?
Yeah, and then the next show
it comes back the next show and everything's grown
over there.
Got a machete cutting your way through to the
look at this is all the wrong lighting for plants in here.
Yeah.
Fluorescent lighting. It's dark half the time. They just keep growing.
Yeah, it's happy.
It is happy.
If you come back in and what was that Little Shop of Horrors?
Yeah,
right.
Was Seymour? Was the guy? Was the plant Seymour or was the guy Seymour?
No, the plant was Audrey.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Audrey's.
Feed me.
Brian comes in here, doesn't come
attacked,
out.
Right. And of course, this orchid just keeps growing.
You know, I've been coming in here for years, and it is absolutely incredible.
It's most
never
orchids they
stops
die
blooming.
back. You know, they bloom certain times of the year. This blooms all year.
All year, never stops. But
okay, we've got about 5 minutes to go on this edition of Garden America. What other last minute business?
I don't know. I take it a lot of the callers are probably out doing their holiday shopping.
Oh,
no
I
doubt.
avoid that.
Yeah.
The plague.
Oh, I don't go anywhere near.
No.
And especially yesterday.
Oh yeah, you got to be a masochist to do that. There was a gal that was Ken's secretary at Altman's that I knew her from working in the electronics industry. We worked together, and she wound up working at Altman's before I did, and she lived for
Black Friday.
Yeah,
she has it all mapped out. She has her coupons ready
completely, and it was like get the husband out of bed, get the kid out of bed. In the car by 6 o'clock, and off they go. And I thought, Kathy, you are out of your mind. But
that's funny.
You know, some people it's the hunt.
Yeah, exactly. It is. And for those of you listening to, reminder that a little bit of a marketing term, but it is Small Business Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So support your local independent garden center. Support
That's
your
a good
local
point.
businesses today. Get out there and kind of get that stuff that you're not going to find always elsewhere. This is the time where you can find those unique gifts and get a little bit of a personal touch with it.
After you buy your new flat screen TV.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, I see those in trucks the last week or so. Oh, another flat screen went by. Of course, they're so cheap now.
Yeah.
They're so cheap and inexpensive.
It's phenomenal. Yeah. So different from what we used to have.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, the technology is the simple technology now.
Yeah.
It's just,
I saw this funny video on the internet where a guy had said Best Buy said it couldn't be done. The internet said it was impossible. But what he did was he took his old tube TV, rewired it, reconfigured it, put in new connections, and was able to have streaming Netflix on it.
Oh, really?
Because it's impossible. Like your old tube TV.
Sure.
And those things that they don't use anymore. And so,
antique tube collector.
Yeah.
So,
So I thought that was hilarious.
Do you remember at places like Thrifties years ago, you would take your tube down there to test it?
Yep.
Really?
And you would plug it in and test your tube.
Thrifties?
At Thrifties, or it was like
any drugstore,
today you can go to Walmart and take your blood pressure.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of off to the side, and there would be right there a tube tester.
You'd pull all the tubes out of the back of your television, plug them in, and you look up in the thing what setting to do, and it'd tell you if it was good or bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Pull it back up, plug it back in again.
Then you get a new one if it says it's bad or whatever.
Yeah.
That's how you would know, exactly.
And how did you know to do that? Like, was something off in your screen?
Something could have been off, or maybe you just want maintenance. Like, how long can I use this tube for?
Okay.
How long is the life of it?
Yeah, but TVs would let you know if something was wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
like the red stopped showing up or something.
Well, here I got one better for you.
Whatever, I don't know.
Here's what used to happen when you used to have a TV antenna. Whenever a plane would fly by, it would get all snowy like this, and then till it would fly by, then it would clear up again.
What?
Absolutely.
That's what he says. The red would go away. What about black and white?
Oh, man.
Come on.
And back in the 60s, like they would say, this new season on CBS, in color, it's Bewitched.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you, everyone.
We
have a
rambled
good
on,
show.
but hope you enjoyed it.
All you listening on Biz Talk Radio streaming, we do appreciate it. And, of course, right there on Facebook Live, John is back next weekend. Thank you, Bob Reed-Miller, for being here. Tiger Palafox, I'm Bryan Main. Those of you on Facebook Live, have yourself a great rest of your Thanksgiving weekend. We'll do it again next weekend here with Garden America and our friends on Biz Talk Radio and Facebook. Until then, get growing, America. Take care.